Hi guys, so I promised how to get your fog lights working in your dashboard on your 2012 Sonata. I think I kind of went over this, how to disassemble everything. There's a screw on the left side of the steering wheel, on the right hand side of the steering wheel, and then there's like a clamshell here, and the top pops off of this. There are two screws in there that you can see, and then your console, really you just kind of have to jiggle it and work it, and it comes out. There's one plug in the back, and it goes in one way, but you push down on this little latch and pull it out, and then you get your console out. So I've already taken mine apart, and basically you can see there's these little latches. Start to point, and these little latches, and you just lift them up lightly with a screwdriver, work your way around. They're all the way around here, and your back is going to come off. You do the same thing for the front, and take the front off. You'll notice that the front is off of mine as well. And it works exactly the same way. There's just another set of latches. You can see there's a front latch and there's a rear latch. So this is your electronics all in the back, and just, use common sense when dealing with this. So I went through every single one of these pins. I think there's 30 pins. I even found the schematic from Hyundai. And for the Sonata's 2012, there is no pinout for fog, for your front fog lights. It says it in the schematic, but there's no number as to which one of these pins. So I actually went through and tested each one of those pins to see if my fog light indicator, which again, so you've got low lights, I think, or highlights there, then low lights there, then there's a front fog light, then there's a rear fog light, which you don't use in the US. And these little things right here, balance that, these are just it's just a little film. And you can actually clip it out. Matter of fact, you can there we go. So you can see what I wanted to do was to get that third fog light there working. There is an LED back there. I don't know if I can get a shot down there. Let me see if I can just take this out. I've had it out in the past. Sometimes this thing is just really, it's kind of tight. It kind of locks into these little pegs that are on there. But anyway, there's 4 holes. You can kind of see them in there. If I get to focus any better. There are four holes in there, and they all hold the LEDs that light up behind this little plastic guard and shine through. Those LEDs should be all attached to one of these pins. I went through there hand by hand with a multimeter and actually wired up to my switch, and I could not I can get every other switch light you wanted to light, but I could not get the fog light one to come on. So I think it's just not wired somewhere. I had heard that rumor, but I just kind of didn't believe it. But there you go. I mean, the only other possibility is that for whatever reason, I had to actually put like a little probe into each one of these things in the back, and for whatever reason, the one that I needed, I could not make a connection on. So here's what I did. Get this out of the way. You can see back here, I just made a 3-way connection. You can buy these little slide down connector things at any auto parts store, and connected it into the black wire. You can see my fingers on that. The black wire is your signal wire. So basically when this goes on, that wire goes hot. Okay. And I put a red wire on there just because that's the only color I had. So I took my red wire, I ran it underneath. There's a hole back here and up here. Right now, just for my testing, yeah, I've just got it out here because I'm testing. But what I'm going to do, there's enough room back here that you can get your own LED light back in there without doing too much modifications. And I went out, again, Amazon, and I don't mean to say anything about this company, but you get, I don't know what there is, 100 different LEDs. These are just typical 5-volt LEDs. I've been looking at the blue color. I think you get 10 of each or something. These are standard 5mm. They're 14-volt LEDs. They have the resistors in them, which is really nice. It's all soldered up, nice and neat. You've got a little pin. And what I'm going to do, let me just get one of them here. I think this is the one. So just for testing, basically you take your black wire here, is going to go to ground, and you can see my little alligator clip right there. It's just going to the steering wheel column. I'll find a ground that's actually in that switch to tie into when I do this. So clip on there. Whoop. Black to black. I'll just hold my red, and of course that leaves me with one less hand. Let's just do that. And then when we turn on our switch here, and if I get drop my red wire, this is where alligator clips are your friend. Phone down here for a sec. There we go. So when you hold it, and you can click it on there, and you can see I've got a nice blue light. Of course, I just knocked my black wire off. But now when I flip that switch, I will get my blue light that comes on and off. So what I'm going to do is, now that I've got the front and back off of here, there are 4 little screws. This circuit board, you cannot take off. These 2 little motors here kind of prevent that. I'm not really sure how to take them off. But there's 4 screws. 1, 2, 3. Where's the other one? 4, right over here. And that'll give you just enough wiggle room back here. And I think what I will do is, because these are little, let me get up here, these are little clips where the clips come in, is there's a nice little lip back here, and I'll probably take my Dremel tool and make it so that my wires go through that little lip and come back and out here. And then this LED here, I'll take off. In fact, let me do that for you. Hold on just a sec. Okay, here you can see I just kind of took that one edge off and pivoted off. So there's 1, 2, 3. That's where I want my LED light to go in. The rear fog light, there's not even an LED in there. So I'll take this and work it in there. I'll do a, drill a hole through this plastic up here and just enough that I can feed these tiny wires through. And this LED should sit back in there quite nice. Of course, it'll be, you know, facing the other way, like that. And it'll be back in that hole, and then slide that back down. And then when I use my switch, it's going to light up my typical dashboard to show me. So really cool idea. Again, I did not come up with this idea. I found it on one of the threads. I think it was Sonata forums. A guy had done this when I was doing my research for all the pinouts, trying to find that rather than testing them all. So after you do that, and I'll do that this afternoon, then you snap everything back together. And again, this is just a snap-on color cover. It snaps on the back, your console snaps on the front, you'll wire up your ground, and again, I'm gonna look at this, but on my pinout, I believe it gives me my negative ground, so I'll probably splice into one of those wires for the black feed rather than using my alligator clip testing solution. Then this all slides back. You do your 2 screws, you put your covers back on, you put your screws around your steering wheel, and you're done. And your fog light then looks like the OEM made from the manufacturer solution. So that's where we're at, guys. I'll give you a quick picture once I've got it all built. Damn it. Okay, so it's pin 38, which as you look at this, and this is the top that's on the top, third one, so hard to do, third one over, bottom row, so right in there, third one over, bottom row is the wire we're looking for. That's the switch ground. So flip it over, look back, and you'll see 1, 2, 3, and it's this brown one here. There's a brown one above it that's exactly the same color, so make sure you don't get your top and your bottom switched over. But this is the ground wire that we're going to splice into to put the black wire of the LED in. Okay, so here's my console. You'll see that black dot there. That's my drill point that I marked just with a Sharpie. Just kind of eyeballed it center to center of that third square and about as far back as I can get it. And that hole just needs to be big enough to get these little itsy bitsy LED wires through. So no worries there. Okay guys, let's see here. So I've drilled my hole down, kind of hollowed out a groove to the back just so I can get my wire. There we go. Back, that way you really don't need to take off the screws or the circuit board, from what I can tell. But you can see the hole goes all the way through there. I think you can kind of see the burr from it. Then I took my LED. Where are you? There you are. LED, just lightly bend it at 90 degrees. And I will feed the wires up through there so it sits back there. So that's next. Okay guys, so here's the LED in there. The wires come up the top, down the groove. And then it'll be about ready to pop back on the back. I'll probably test this out just like I tested it out before. Make sure that lamp lights up the way I want to. And then we'll be ready to, ground it into that adapter back there and connect the red wire and snap her back together and slide her back in. Okay guys, I've got this all tucked back in there nice and neat, and I'm going to hit my switch up here and show you. Look at that. And that's the blue, which is what I want. I could have used, I don't know, what other colors does this thing come in? Green, white, red, and yellow. but I just chose a blue LED, so pretty nifty. So now we'll wire it, snap everything back together. I'll extend my wires out the back, and I'll show you that, and then get ready to tie into that brown wire that I've got hanging out there. So pretty awesome. That's exactly the look I wanted. Okay guys, here we go. All wired in, all in place. And there she lies every time I hit my... It looks actually pretty good. The LED I think slipped a little bit. I maybe should have taped it down a little bit more. I used some black tape. But still, gets exactly what I want to do. I've got an indicator now. You can see my highlight, and again, the highlight one is not as bright. Where's my low light? There's the low light right next to it, and there's our highlight. So, gets me exactly what I want from that perspective. Awesome. So, mod done, put her back together, and we're all done with the fog light installation and the new LED on the dashboard panel. Thanks for watching.